أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. We thank Almighty Allah. There is no way we can exhaust our thanking. But however we thank Almighty Allah, it is from our heart, from our soul, from our body. We are thanking Him, we are appreciating Him. Because He made us to understand in the Quran that whoever appreciates Him, that He is going to double for that person. But if you do not appreciate Almighty Allah, فَإِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ, that my punishment is so severe, so strong, so on and so forth. That is the reason we are thanking Him. We are appreciating Him. We are acknowledging Him. So on. We thank God that we have been here, we have been gathered. Every one of us, as we started, that is how we are still gathering. We thank God none of us is sick. None of us has a deficiency. They will still pray to Almighty Allah to allow us to meet many, many years ahead. And inshallah, we are here to fulfill one of the recommendations of Prophet Muhammad, where he said that when a month of this nature, which is a Sheikh Ramadhan, if it enters and anyone that presence is not away from home, is not sick, that he should recite an ayah or 2 ayahs or 3 ayahs from the glorious Quran. Better still, it will be better if people gather and there is a person who has knowledge has to do what is called Tafseer. Tafseer means translation, explanation, expansion, expatiating. The reasons why some ayahs are reviewed or set down, they are already in the Tafsir. Many of us go for literal meaning. We do not know the deep down meaning of what we are doing. Someone who has knowledge will be able to let us know precisely this is why this ayah was reviewed. Something of this nature happened. Almighty Allah said, okay, I am going to use an ayah at least to quantize the situation so that even people that are aggrieved, they will no longer be aggrieved. etc. We have been talking of our constitution. Quran is a constitution. It is a constitution on the understanding that it is what is being sent to Ummah of Muhammad. We have been able to let ourselves know that this constitution is a rigid constitution. It is not a flexible constitution. It was one time at the beginning of this inception of Prophet Muhammad. The constitution was very flexible. Almighty Allah told us He has replaced some ones that are easier, and instead He will still use that type of message adjustment He has made. He will still have to use something of ayah to replace that ayah in order for us to be firm in everything we are doing. He doesn't want us to do what our power is going to go to above our power. He's going to make sure that everything we are going to do has to be within our power. That is why. If you see an ayah, He has spoken, you feel you cannot work with what the ayah is saying. Leave the ayah the way it is. Do not want to say that you need an amendment. There is nothing. Halal, haram had already been spelled out in the glorious Quran. This is halal, this is haram. They have already been spelled out. So, if you say you want to need anything beyond that, apparently, we don't know how you are going to make it possible. And Almighty Allah let us know that no ayah of Quran can be changed. He told us that he has revealed the glorious Quran to Prophet Muhammad. And on that same regard, he is the one that is taking care of it. Every ayah, no one, nobody, no prophet, no messenger, no angel that can come and say, I want to change anything from the glorious Quran. He equally made us to understand that there is no falsehood that come before that at least came before the Quran, and it will not come again after the Quran has been revealed. That this Quran you are looking at, it is revealed from Almighty Wiser, somebody that is so wise and who is a word prison. That is where the Constitution is being revealed from. If you think you are going to change anything from it, you just waste your time. You can do that. When you do that, exactly what happened to other people who did similar thing will get to you. The Almighty Allah let us attempt to change anything from the Quran.
ما يأتيه الباطل من بين أيديهم ولا من خلفه تنزيل من حكيم حميد.
Almighty Allah has said, that is from Surah Al-Fusilat. He has spoken from Surah Al-Fusilat. That is the meaning, the translation I've given to you, that nothing absolutely will come falsehood. No lie, no magician, nobody can change, alter anything from the glorious Quran. Before and after, there is nobody. And this Quran we were looking, it was sent from whom? Almighty Allah. Sent to whom? To Ummah Muhammadu. If you attend, it will not be possible. So do not bother to attend. Otherwise, what visited people like Fir'aun will visit you. What visited people like Qarun will visit you. Abu Jahl, what visited them will visit you. All those vagabonds, all of them, whatever happens to them, will equally happen to you. So, we need to be very careful in everything we are doing. Remember, Almighty Allah told Prophet Muhammad, he said, Ya ayyuha Rasul, baligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa in lam taf'al, fama ballaghta risalata, wallahu ya'asimuka min an-nas, inna Allaha la yahdi al-qawma al-kafirin. He said, "Ya, O messenger of Allah," that is Prophet Muhammad. That is what he said. He said, "Baligh, announce, take it to where we ask you to take it to, the message of Almighty Allah. The Risala, take the message to him, to them, let them know that Almighty Allah has spoken. He has sent me down to his people on the ground that nothing what Almighty Allah has sent me, I will take it there. But if you refuse to take it, if you do not do that, you have not taken your message to the appropriate place where we ask you to take it to. You have not taken it there. If you are scared, because at that particular point in time, we have Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, we have many of them because they were worshiping idols in Mecca. They were scared that possibly he might be what? Executed, because they had been threatening him that they are going to what? Banish him from Mecca. They are going to banish him from Mecca. They are going to imprison him. They are going to tie him up. By the time we have done that, he may not have the powers, he may not have the audacity to say, I want to carry on with what Almighty Allah has sent him. They did not even believe that there is somebody called Almighty Allah. What they believe is their idols they were worshiping in Mecca in the time before now. They didn't believe that, but Almighty Allah told him, go and let them know, so that you will not be like Yunus, Ibn Matta. Yunus was sent to people over 100,000. When he got there, they refused him, he ran away. When he ran away, what happened? He was thrown into the belly of fish. That is where, when he was in the darkness, he began to say,
لا لبث في بطنه إلى يوم يبعثون.
had it been, he had not been reciting these prayers. The prayers he had been reciting, La ilaha illa anta, subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimin. If he had not been reciting that, we would have left him to be there ila yomi yubasun, till the day of resurrection, when everybody will be awakened, when everybody will be brought out from. Because he was reciting La ilaha illa anta. There is no deity. There is no deity worth worshipping other than you. Subhanaka. I am glorifying you, Almighty Allah. Is you are glorified. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka. Indeed, I had committed what? The wrong. I am not among the wrongdoers. If you do not forgive me, like the way Adam said, ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. When Adam was sent from heaven to this earth, he was wandering. He was moving from one place to another. And no matter if he had not called us, we would have left him to be like that. When he asked for forgiveness, we forgave him. That is exactly. No matter I said, do not. Why left the fact? If you do not do that, I will not put your name as those of the prophet, the messenger that have delivered their messages. You didn't deliver. If you are scared, say, Wallahu ya'asuruka minan nas, inna Allaha la yahdil qawma kafirin. He said, I'm going to protect you against people. Why you said, go there, go and tell them. It was when the torment was so difficult after the demise, after the uncle Abu Talib had died. That is when he migrated from Mecca to Medina. As he was going, he was not happy. He told Almighty Allah, I am going to Medina. Do not let me see a reason why I will come back to Mecca to come and stay. I am going to my mother's place. That is where I will stay till I die.
ربي أدخلني مدخل صدق وأخرجني مخرج صدق واجعلني من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا.
ربي أدخلني مدخل صدق. You make me to enter. It was a good entry. I entered and I left with a good living. Then I wanted to give me an authority, mean a duke at your side. Here, Allah gave him all the authority, Qurans, the Huda, they were there. He prophesied, he was telling them, was talking to them. That is what Almighty Allah. He saw as he was going, Almighty, do not. When an ayah was revealed to him when he told his people with him, I may not be able to, I am not sure I'm going to make the next Hajj. That is what Hajj al-Wada. When he said farewell Hajj, he told them, I am not sure that I'm going to be able to be here in the next year for Hajj. He returned immediately to Medina. He summoned everybody. He told them, but it was only one person who could understand what he was saying. That was Abu Bakr. Because every other person was happy that today they said that religion had been closed. Nothing will come in, nothing will go out.
اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا.
Almighty Allah has told them that I had sealed everything for you. I have concluded it. They haven't concluded all the good favor I have already completed them for you. He said, one thing I have accepted for you people is Islam Adina. Do not defeat. وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا
ومن يبتغي غير الإسلام دينا فلن يقبل منه وهو في الآخرة من الخاسرين.
That is what Almighty Allah said. First of all, he said, Inna Dina in the law Islam. The deen with Almighty Allah, law and mahfuz, the one that is recorded, that is known, is Islam. The Father told us, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا, whoever wants to get another religion beside Islam, فَلَا يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ, no one is going to accept that from him. That person will have the akhirati min al-khasirin. On that day of resurrection, or that day of accountability, of that day when you and I may not recognize ourselves, father, mother, children, nobody will be able to recognize each other. That is the day, a day of nefusi. Face your business, I'm going to face my business. Whatever happens, we'll meet somewhere. If Ramadhan says we are meeting in the paradise, Alhamdulillah. If he says we are meeting at the hellfire, the same Alhamdulillah. Because all of that is Alhamdulillah. You work for it, you have gotten it. You work for this, you have gotten it. So you are going to be with people there, Alhamdulillah. Kulu, Alhamdulillah. Labas. So that is exactly what it is. That is what he said. Almighty Allah said, those people who are disbelievers, I will never, ever go to guide them on the straight path. Because that is why, if you look at it critically, we are talking about what? Goril Magadubi, Alayhi Waladoli. You don't just go there. I told you from Ismail ibn Kasir, he said, Ayah cannot explain itself. No one, nobody can give an adequate, a sufficient meaning to an ayah, except an ayah of his own caliber is going to explain an ayah. On that regard, that is why ayah is explaining La Yahdil Qawma Kafirin. That is what Almighty Allah said. I didn't say so. It is Almighty Allah. If you want to look at it, go to Surah Ma'idah. You get it there. It's there, waiting. You take it and read it. Almighty Allah told us in the Quran, I read 110 from Surah to the Baqarah. He said, Waqimu salata, wa atu zakata, wa ma tuqaddimu li anfusikum min khairin tajiduhu inda Allahi. Whatever established for daily prayer, don't miss it. As-salatu mafaruda or as-salatu maktuba. Any one of them, they are 5 daily prayer. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam knows how he suffered before those blessings were given to him. Because he was planning from Musa alayhi salatu wa salam with Almighty Allah. Go back and tell him they are much. Go back and tell him. He went to an extent. He said, I am shy. I'm not going to go again. I can't go. That is exactly. He said, establish them. Those 5 rakas. They are equivalent to 50 rakas that were initially given to Prophet Muhammad. Each one of them has a blessing of 10 rewards. They are equivalent to 10. Morning prayer 10, afternoon prayer 10, Asr 10, Maghrib 10, Isha 10. 5 multiplied by 10 by what? 10 is how many? 50. There are 50 prayers. That is what we are still praying today. If you do not know it, that is why we go after. I said you need to study. You get this. If you want to study Quran, get Hadith closer to you. Hadith like Buhari, get Muslim. They are there. Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud, Nisai, Ibn Majah, they are out there. Put them there, study. This one will tell you at a particular point in time when this ayah was brought. I was with Prophet Muhammad. This is what he recommended. That is what he's saying. You will need not to waste the time. He said, "One zakata, pay zakat. Ima you are doing sadaqah. But if zakah, taking zakah from your own personal money, there are amount of money you will have that will be in the bank for a year. You have a percentage you are going to remove from that money. You have cattle, you have sheep. There are many they have. You are going to pull from it. You can do sadaqah. You are going to do that. He said, وَمَا تُقَدِّمُوا
مِنْ خَيْرٍ تَجِدُوهُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ هُوَ خَيْرًا وَأَعْظَمَ أَجْرًا وَاسْتَغْفِرُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ.
Yes, that is وَمَا تُقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ. Whatever you have done for yourself, you have done them. They are better. They have blessing. They have blessing for you. From what our Sheikh has just put before us, that they have blessing. And Almighty Allah knows everything. Everything you have done, He knows so. In affiliation. You don't look at it. We are coming. He came from another ayah to support the ayah we are reading. Almighty Allah told us, whatever you have done, meaning holy. Whatever you have done that is good, tell you do in Allah. It's already noted. They are waiting. There are angels recorded. They are recorded. They are waiting for you to come, so that day they will tell you, "Hello, Mokitaba. Look at your paper. Ikrahu, read it yourself." We don't need beginning to read it. They don't need to ask you a question. Look at it, read it. You begin to read. Wallahu bima ta'maluna basir. Inna Allaha basiru bima ta'malun. Almighty Allah sees everything.
Inna Allaha khabirun bima ta'malun.
Inna Allaha khabirun bima ta'malun. Almighty Allah will inform you of everything you have done. Then He's equally told us that Inna Allaha basiru. Almighty Allah sees bima ta'malun. Everything you have done, you are doing, He's seeing that. He didn't stop there. If you go to Surah Al-Imran chapter 3, take it from 29 to 32, you get what it said there. When to move, Mafi Sudurikum, out to Budu, Ya'lamuhu. Whatever you are concealing, whatever you are hiding in your mind, whatever you have made known, Almighty Allah knows it. He said He wants to let you know, whatever is in the heavens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, He knows everything. What He had to do down, to the down, He knows everything. Almighty Allah knows everything. Nothing is hidden from Almighty Allah. If you feel you are doing some certain things that are not known, you are lying, everything will be covered. They will be shown on the day of resurrection. You will not know, but they will be recorded. No matter how small they are, they will be recorded. They will. May Almighty Allah guide us. May Almighty Allah guide us.
ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد.
He has already told us that the angel we have at both our right hand side and left-hand side, we have in there every comment, every word is already recorded. We have those who are recording good on the right-hand side. We have those who are recording what evil you have done on the left-hand side. That is what he said. When Almighty Allah told us that, he told us in the Lord, Qadiru ala kulli shay, he has the power of everything. No matter it is, Almighty Allah has power. No one has power except Almighty Allah. No matter how power you feel you have, you do not have power except Almighty Allah. Almighty Allah told us if you come down a little to 30, he said, what did he say? He said, Yawma tajidu kullu nafsin bima hamilat min khayr muhadara. Whatever you have done with your hands, you are going to meet it on that day. Your soul, you meet it like this. I mean, whatever you have done that is bad, evil, whatever you have done that is bad is already recorded. You are going to meet it. And when it is like that, what happened? The soul, the man, he will be wishing, لو أن بينها وبينه أمدا بعيدا. I wish there could be a distance between me and what I have done. Ka bu'd al-mashriqayn, like the way the two east are distant. The east, the Maghreb, the distance between them. I want there to be like that. Almighty Allah said, you are He's using himself to warn you people. Be very careful. If I want to take on you, I will take on you. Except I do not want to take on you, I will just leave you to go. He said what? He said, Wallahu ra'ufu bil ibad. Almighty Allah is merciful to his servants. He doesn't take on his servants like that. That is why he has told us that if you had a plan to do something bad, you have not done it, it will not record sin for you. But if you have done it, they will record one sin for you. In other words, to know whether you are going to go for amendment, we are going to ask God for forgiveness, you are going to ask God for pardoning. If you do that, Almighty Allah will pardon you. He said, when you have have a plan to do good deed, you have not done it, we're going to give you one blessing for that. But if you have done it at all, you have done it, we are going to start to count your blessing from 7 to 700 and above. And nobody knows that above, nobody can tell you what number of above is it saying. We need to be very careful. That is what Almighty Allah is telling us here. Rahuful. He told Prophet Muhammad, to one of it. He said, in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah, fattabi'uni yuhibbukum Allah. Wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum wallahu ghafurur rahim. He said, if you say you love Almighty Allah, the Almighty Allah, if you say you love him, fattabi'uni, follow me. Why would you follow me? لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر وذكر الله كثيرا. You don't know. How will you follow Almighty? How do you follow the Almighty? Follow Prophet Muhammad. Almighty Allah said, tell them, Ya Muhammadu, in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah, if you said you love Almighty Allah, we love Almighty Allah, is Almighty Allah, we are serving. Fattabi'uni, follow Prophet Muhammad. How do you follow him? Prophet Muhammad said, he said, Kulukum tadkhulul jannah, all of you will enter paradise, no matter how you look at it. Illa ma sharada Allah, except those of you who go against Almighty Allah. Kama sharada bahir ala ahlihi. Like the way an animal will run away from mother of his family. People they are working together. If you go against Almighty Allah in that manner, inshallah, Almighty Allah, you will not make you to enter the paradise. That is why he told us, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهَ وَالْيَوْمَ الْآخِرَ. Prophet Muhammad is the best example you are going to follow. Who would have example you are going to follow? He never relegate anybody. He never said because you are not up to the standard, he never associated with you. Even the servants, he eats with them, he drinks with them, he chats with them. When we're beginning to have some few wealth at our disposal, you don't associate with anybody any longer. You begin to feel that your level has increased to where? If you are tested with weak load, you will run and scatter. If you are tested with a toothache, you will run and scatter. When you are tested with headache, migraine, not even migraine, just ordinary headache, you will run and scatter. Before the migraine headache will come, you will run mad. If Almighty Allah wants to test you, all your money will vanish. You begin to run and scatter. I don't know what is happening. You begin to call Allah. Oh, please help me to pray. Why are you asking for prayers? When you know you have powers, the Almighty Allah guide us. The Almighty Allah not allow us to go astray. And those who had already go astray, the Almighty Allah guide us through. That is exactly when you need a perfect example. Just go and read about Muhammad. How he dealt with people before he left. He joked with them. He never asked anybody to stand up and let me sit down. He never did that. When you are already seated, when he comes, you are standing up, he will tell you, no, it's a great chance for me to sit down. Instead of you to stand up for me to sit down. Isn't that a perfect example? He associated with anybody, no matter where you're coming from, he associates with that person. Isn't that a perfect example? Can you imagine a man of that status, a man of that caliber? He is with a servant, he plays with them, he jokes with them, they talk story together, so on and so forth. What kind of example do you need? Isn't that a perfect example? Isn't that what you need to emulate? Isn't that what you need to copy?
لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر وذكر الله كثيرا.
لقد ولام قسم والله قال كان لكم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Underline statement. Usuwetu. That clause bracketed, inverted comma, American style or British style, the one you want to use, is a perfect example. Prophet Muhammad, there was a day like this. He came, he was sitting down in the midst of his Sahaba. He said he wanted to lie down, he wanted to sleep. He has these mats, not this modern mat we have. Before now, there was nothing like modern mat. They were those kind of mats that they use hand to design. When you lie on it, you are going to have some marks on your body. Then he lied. He lied on his side. On the right hand side, that is where he lied down. Master calls out. When he get up, he's already awake. The side where he slept was marked. فَقَالُوا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ أَلَا أَزَيْتَنَا أَنَا بَسُطَ لَكَ شَيْئًا. I wish you had allowed us to spread something on top of this mat for you, so that when you sleep, nothing is going to mark your body. Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Mali wali dunya. What concerns me and this world? What do I want to do with this world? He said, misli wa misli dunya. Example of me, or like of me, and like of this dunya, karaoke, like somebody that is a traveler, riding something, either you are riding camel, you are riding donkey, you are even driving. Zola Tata Sajari, when he gets to a shade of a tree, he relaxed. When he relaxed, at a time, Sumaroha, after a while, he left. Tarakaha, he left the tree. He went. You know that example? You are coming from a journey. You are in this life. No matter how many years you are going to stay here, is a little time. You are going to leave. You are on a transit. You are moving. You are going to move. You are going to stop and rest. We are resting. We are going to market. We want to look for what? Gains. I have told you in language, Almighty Allah is monopoly. He is one seller. All of us, we are one buyer. We want to buy what? We want to buy Jannah. If we want to buy Jannah is not easy like the way you are looking at it. We are going to suffer. A lot of things will happen. When they have happened, by the grace of God, if you are able to struggle, you are patient, inshallah, you are going to attain what? Jannah. That is what Almighty Allah he said to Prophet Muhammad was telling his people that nothing, I don't have business with this world. He said, إِذَا قَامَ إِبْنُ Adam, that when the child of Adam stands up, he will say, Mali, this is my word, this is my word, this is my word. Adaka mean Mali, what do you have? You are of that word. What belongs to you there? He said, Is that a counter for half later? When you eat from it, it will what? That will be over. Wala bista. When you dress, you buy clothing from it. Later, it will get worn out. One Dakota, you have done sadaka from it. From later, it has passed. Whatever is remaining, people behind you. If you have money, you are keeping money. You don't use your money to influence the will of Almighty Allah. Don't worry. People will eat that money and nothing will be recorded for you. Another time came Umar ibn Khattab, Anna Umar ibn Khattab visited Prophet Muhammad. When he visited him, he found out he was in a room, and that room, after he had sworn that he would not go close to the wives again, he was in the room, he alone, which is Almighty Allah, relaxing. There was nothing in that room absolutely, besides some gadgets, some gadget war things that they used to go to war. That is what he had there. After the rat, Ayan Umar Buka. Umar started, tears were coming out, he couldn't control them. He started crying. Waqala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad now asked him, Maya Bukika, Ya Umar. Umar, what is making you to cry? Why? He said, Inna Kasari wa Kaisar. He said, the king of Kasari and Caesar. Look at where they are. Look at the affluence. Look at the marshal. Look at how they are enjoying many wise men, children. Look at you want to make a glory. And you are the one most recommended, most chosen among what Almighty Allah has created. Why are you in this condition? He called him. Aw fi shakki ya ibn Khattab. Are you in doubt? He said, oh, Laika, those people, they are people who delect Toyibetu fili hayati dunya. They are everything about them. All the sweetness of the world had already been given to them. They do not have what? Share in the day of resurrection. They already enjoy what they need to enjoy in this life. That is what is called Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman. Whether you are a pagan, whether you are a disbeliever, whether you are a misbeliever, whether you are an unbeliever, whether you are a mu'min, whether you are a Muslim, Almighty Allah provides for you.
المال والبنون زينة الحياة الدنيا والباقيات الصالحات خير عند ربك ثوابا وخير أملا.
المال والبنون, he has said from the Quran, all the wealth, all the children, what are they? Zinatu Hayati Dunya. They are the beauty. When you have them, you are just having them. They are nothing. They can't go with you that day. It is what you have done. La kalimatu shahada. La ilaha illallah. That is what you will find with Almighty Allah. That is what you will find with Almighty Allah. Nothing. And Almighty Allah will going to reward you for your good deeds. La ilaha, if it is sincere, is the best of all of them. It is the best because if you are sincere, I have told you, if you have ikidu in your mind, you have jealousy in your mind, you have zulm in your mind, if you die, Almighty Allah knows how to judge. No one can say so. Then, from the discussion, Prophet Muhammad Umar was now quoting that he has never seen somebody who commonizes among people, who commonizes this life with the power, all the power. Even when he has money, if anything gets to him, he will spend it like this, like that. He never had to say, I want to keep this for tomorrow. He doesn't keep that for tomorrow. He doesn't. May Almighty Allah guide us all. Alhamdulillah. That is exactly what he was saying. He was saying that Almighty Allah, Prophet Muhammad, when we say Almighty Allah, a communication from Prophet Muhammad to us, because he has told him that Balik ma'uzila ilayk wa in lam taf'al fama balagta risalata wallahu ya'simuka minan nas. Wallahu, he is going to protect you against people. Almighty Allah. That is what he said. It was a promise. You will go, no one will touch you. You will come back, no one will touch you. So on and so forth. He has never. He said, when Ibn Adam dies, till it is accompany him to where? To grave. The children, the family, the properties, everything he has, go with him to where? To grave. Then the Amal goes with him to grave. Two things will return home. One thing will remain. All those things that will return home. The children, they will be the number one to be running home. They are targeting where the daddy kept ATM. Targeting where he kept checkbook if he has. So he knows where he kept the valuable things. He's rushing home to go and take control of them. Then the properties, even the goats, even the dogs, whatever you have, even the trees you have in the bush, if you are planting, you have planted, all of them will walk you to where? to the grave, and they will return home. When they return home, you have been left with what? One thing. And what is that thing you have been left with? فَإِنْ كَانَ خَيْرًا فَخَيْرٌ الْجَزَاءُ وَإِنْ كَانَ شَرًّا فَشَرٌّ الْجَزَاءُ. That is what Almighty Allah was telling Prophet Muhammad. He told us what? Quran. وَلَا وَاسْتَقَامُوا عَلَىٰ طَرِيقٍ لَأَسْقَيْنَاكُم مَاءً غَدَقًا. If you have stood firmly on the path of Almighty Allah, wallahi, I'm going to give you people abundant water to drink. You groove, you gallivant, anywhere you want to go to, you go there. But at the moment you have deviated, Almighty Allah has power. That is why we are almost rounding off our tafsir for the month, because Almighty Allah told us that it is recommendable that when you have said, Al-Amta alayhim, Ghayril Maghdubi alayhim, Waladhdallin. What are you supposed to say there? Amen. It is recommendable. That is what he said. He said, yeah. He said, Yustahabu. It is recommendable. Liman yukrahu, liman yakrahu al-Fatihah. For someone who has recited Fatiha to the Kitab, and yaqula ba'daha Amin. When you have rounded it off, you cannot say what? Amin. It is recommendable from the Quran. He said, because you can make it what? Brief. That is what he said. He said, the simple, that is approximation, which is the cause is what? Allahumma astajib. That is the meaning of that Amen. Almighty Allah accept our prayers. When you have said Amen, meaning word that Allahumma, your Lord, Ajib, accept what we have been doing. He made us to quickly understand here that it is what? Very recommendable to say Amen. You must say Amen. Imam Muhammadu wa Abu Dawuda wa Tirmidhi are those people that are really supported that this is what Prophet Muhammad said, that they should always say Amen. And Wasil Ibn Hujayr, there is a man called Ibn Hujayr. The man said, Qala Samintu Nabiyya Sallallahu Alayhi wa Sallam. I heard Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alayhi wa Sallam. Qara Gairili Magadubi Alayhim Waladhdallin. When he says so, when he recited that, Faqala, he himself, Prophet Muhammad, he said, Amin. Madda biha Sawtahu. He didn't just say Amin. He didn't say Amen. Amen. He madda, he elongated. Because in one of the situations whereby the Amen is saying here, and the Amen, the Malaika are saying, so that there will be what is called wafik. There will, if they meet, there is a consensus among them. Almighty Allah has accepted. He said, another person, Wali Abi Dawuda said from what he gathered, Rafa'a biha sawtahu. He didn't just do that. He raised his voice on the very top, very loud. That is what he did. Then from there, a lot of people say that hadith was a very nice hadith. Even Abi Hurairah, all of them contributed that at a time when Prophet Muhammad is a teller, when he's reciting Ghayril Maghdubi alayhim waladhdallin, qala Amin. He said Amin. When he said Amin, ata yasma'a ma yalihi min as-safi. He said the front row, the Amin, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, got to the first soft. When he got there, what I follow? Rawahu Abu Dawud wa Ibn Majah was that fihi. Ibn Majah, all those people, they were the people that got in this scripture for us. He said, "Fire returned to Bihali Masajid." When they now heard what had happened, the atmosphere was pervaded everywhere. You heard the mosque. What did you not hear in the mosque? I mean, all voices were being what? Interexchanged. Everybody was not saying, Amen, Amen, Amen. That is what they were saying. That is what they were saying. Amen. That is Almighty Allah. I don't know why that I have beginning to understand that our Muslim brothers, women, they don't respect their neighbors. Prophet Muhammad, you must respect your neighbor. Even if it is a dog that is your neighbor, you must respect that your dog. Even if it is a cat that is your neighbor, you must respect that your cat. Not to talk of human beings. He talk about human beings. No matter how you're looking at it from. Very many of us will say he's an unbeliever. He said neighbor encompasses neighbor, whether you are a pagan, whether you are an unbeliever, whether you are a disbeliever, whether you are an idol worshiper, whether you are a servant, whether you are a foreigner, no matter, you are a neighbor. There is a relationship between you people. There is a relationship between you people. That is why Almighty Allah said to Prophet Muhammad, he said, Mu'min, he didn't say Muslim, Mu'min can regularly one. Mu'min are just like one man, one body. Whatever is happening to one part of that body, he affects every other part of that body. He said, Mu'min is like what? Like a cement. That they are so cemented, that is what a concrete, so cemented together that they will always stand for each other. They stand for each other in the sense that if anything affects one, let it be affecting the other one. A time ago, a man was hungry of water. He was in the desert. He was thirsty. He couldn't get water. He got searching for water. At a particular point in time, he got water. When he got water, he drank and he resuscitated himself. He began to be what? To be fine. He was coming. As he was coming, he met a dog. Yellow, Sarah. He was using his tongue to dig the ground almost at the verge of death. He said, what happened to me not quite long is what is happening to this dog. And I discovered this dog is thirsty. If you doubt, he went to look for water. He went back to where he got water. He brought water. He had the mouth. The mouth of the dog, he held it and gave him water to drink. Then the dog came to life. Resulting from that fact, Almighty Allah said, He has forgiven that man, and that man is going to be in paradise. If you need that discussion in details, go to volume 12 of Buhari, you will get to that, volume 12. If you go to volume 7 of Muslim said that there is this woman who maltreated a cat. He tied a cat. He didn't feed the cat. He didn't give it water to drink. He didn't untie the cat to let go and look for food by himself or by herself. He struggled there, he died. When he died, Almighty Allah said that he is going to put that woman in hellfire for maltreating a life. I created that life. You didn't create that life for me. For you to have maltreated that, inshallah, we are going to go to where? Fire. You see the relationship. Don't say because you have a pussycat, you are going to maltreat it. It's not done in anywhere. Do not say you have a dog. Dog is forbidden. Then you don't, because you have bought it, you want to maltreat it. Instead, return the dog to where you bought it. Return to the owner. I'm no longer interested in your dog. I don't want to buy it any further. That is what you are going to say. Then, let us come to human beings. Neighbor. Neighbor can never be emphasized. Prophet Muhammad said, even the way Angel Gabriel, which is Malaika, Jibreel, the way he was talking about neighbor, he was thinking that neighbor is going to inherit Jibreel. He was talking, emphasizing, telling Prophet Muhammad, neighbor. Bamanzala. He never moved. He kept on saying it. I am warning you about neighbor. Irrespective of the religion, it doesn't concern you. He's a pagan, Almighty Allah created him. Wherever he is Almighty Allah created, he has been the one feeding him. You are not the one to feed him. He said, if you have a neighbor, irrespective whether he's a Muslim, whether he's a Christian, pagan, said number one, when your neighbor comes to you to say, please, I want you to give me a loan, a soft loan, and you have that money, give him that loan. Give him the money he's requesting from you, give it to him, because I gave you that money. He said, when it comes for a help, and you are able to, you have the help, you can give to him, give him that help. He said, the third one, when he's not strong, he's being hospitalized, go and greet him in the hospital. Go there. When you see him, he needs anything, and you can give him that something, give it to him. When he's poor, he might not be rich before, something made him not to be rich, and you are at a disposal to help him or her. He said, help him to bounce back to life. When he has something, happiness has come to him, something that makes him to be happy. You are in the house there, you need to go there to felicitate with him, to get happy with him, to talk with him, to gist with him. I will thank God who has made this possible for you, this and that. You are going to go there. When he has a misfortune, when he has an affliction, something terrible has happened, go there and tell him, sorry, it is the work of Almighty Allah. Nobody did it. Forget about whether it's a pagan. Forget about whether it's a Christian. Forget about whether it's a Judaism or it's a Jewish person. Do not forget about that and go there. That's where Almighty Allah said. He said when he dies, if by adventure, no one that will not die, when he dies, I can go to his janaza. Go there, go to his janaza. Woman atoa Rasulullah, fakodi atoa Allah. That is why in our discussion, we didn't finish it where Almighty Allah said, in kuntu tuhibuna Allah, fatabihuni, yuhibbukum Allah, wa yaghfiru lakum dhunubakum. Wallahu ghafurur rahim. He said, Kul ya Muhammadu sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tell them, atihu Allah wa atihu wa Rasulah. Follow, obey Almighty Allah, obey Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Fa'ita wallahu, when they reverse, when they turn back, let them know, fa'ina Allah la yuhibbul kafirin. Those who are kafir, Almighty Allah does not love them. When Almighty Allah says, obey me, He will tell you, obey Prophet Muhammad. Because He is my messenger. I have sent Him. Hatim and Nabi, who will have to dwell. He is the last, the seal of our prophet, and He is the best among them. He said, when he dies, go for his janazah. There are other moral things again, you believe you can share together, share them together, do them together, play together, reason together. Do not say because you fight he is a pagan, because you fight he is an unbeliever, you fight he is a disbeliever, that you want to go and build a house on top of his house. You want to build it because he built a downstairs. You are building upstairs in order to prevent his what? His ventilation. You can do that. Because in fact you have powers, you want to suppress that person. When you try it, Almighty Allah will take control of the situation. He never said so. He told you that a certain condition, you are going to demolish that his house and give him what? A roof in your house you have built. If you cannot do that, therefore you cannot destroy somebody's house. He went ahead to say that you can't go and buy fruits. Buy fruits, that's your neighbor. Give him gifts, joke with him, play with him, dash him money if you have money, not only fruits. When you want to do that, if there is no convenience where you can do that, don't send anybody. Look for a quiet place to go and give to him secretly so that nobody will know whether you have handed anything to him. Do not send your children, because your children likely they are going to make caricature or make mockery or make jest of them. Do not do so. It's only that. You can't give them a gift. Buy cars for them if you have money. Give them houses if you have money. If possible, give them wives if you have because it is the way you deal with someone before you know it becomes a Muslim. When you are hardened on them, they will say, those people, they are animals. But when you are flexible, you do things with them, you joke with them, you play with them, and they will say, by the grace of God, I do not know. This is how these people are behaving. I am going to become what? A Muslim. There was an example from Abraham, which is Ibrahim, alayhi salatu wasalam. He sent a man away because the man was a pagan. He needed someone to give him an umbrella. He needed somebody to give him what? An accommodation. But Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam could not do that. Almighty Allah said, go and look for that person. And then Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam did not sleep from night in the morning. He got this person in the morning. He brought the person home. He gave him a shower. He gave him food to eat. The man called him. Is this how Muslim people they are doing? He said, now. He said, Al-An, Ana Muslim. And now I'm Muslim. When you take a machete, when you take an arrow, take a gun, you want to kill somebody, you think the person will listen to you. Play with him. Play with him, joke with him, do things with him. When you do that, it will succumb. When you go to a Muslim, that is volume 12 of Sharh Buhari. When you go to volume 7 of Muslim, Almighty Prophet Muhammadu said, when you are cooking soup, add water to it, so that your neighbor, you are going to give him a share from that soup to eat. How many of you can do that? Nobody. There's nobody that can do that. Every one of us is looking for an advantage to take. How can you take an advantage from somebody? There is no peace. That is why you see in the universe, no happiness. Things began to be worse because there is no universal peace. Is it go to the Western world, is there peace? No peace. Go to the Northeast, no peace. Go to the Southeast, no peace. There is nowhere there is peace. Go to South, there is no peace. And Almighty Allah, through Prophet Muhammad, had been advocating for what? Universal peace. The essence of this neighborhood, stay together, share love together, do things together. When he has a calamity, you can go and is to establish what? A good relationship, a love, a peace among the people. Where is the peace? Where is the love? Love had gone. Injustice everywhere. Corruption everywhere. Ethnicity everywhere. Tribalism everywhere. Tyranny everywhere. Almighty Allah did not say so. Establish love. Love your brother. Love your sister. That is what he said. Mu'min, the one who called them Mu'min, Kalibuluyan, is like a house, a cemented, a concreted one. The way it is cemented. That is why Muslims ought to have been. But today, no way. The moment that people saw that Almighty Allah is blessing you, fight has started. Today, in everywhere, armed robbery, banditry, terrorism, Boko Haram, Islam, whatever you want to call them. Do you know why? Something is missing. What is missing? No love, no peace. Where there is love, there must be peace. Where there is no peace, there is no love. Well, we are still talking. Inshallah, this is how we are going to end our tafsir of today. We are winding up. The God called Muhammadu. We are already winding up. The fasting is going down. The tafsir is going down. Inshallah, we sign commentary and how we made it possible the way we wanted it to be. May Almighty Allah increase all of us knowledge. Those who are not going to Madrasa, may Almighty Allah give them the power to go. Those who are going to do not understand, may Almighty Allah allow them to understand. There are many of us who do not have job, may Almighty Allah give them job. There are many of us they don't love each other, may Almighty Allah put love in our midst. Well, if there is no peace in our midst, may Almighty Allah put peace in our midst. For those of us who have not gotten married, may Almighty Allah give them wives. For our sisters who are not gotten husbands, may Almighty Allah give them husbands. Our brothers, our sisters who are married for a couple of years, they have not had children or had an issue, may Almighty Allah, because of this tafsir, may Almighty Allah give them issue. May Almighty Allah give them wives. May Almighty Allah give them wives. May Almighty Allah give them wives. So, may Almighty Allah let us be gathered here next Ramadan. May Almighty Allah let us be together. May Almighty Allah help us. We have some of our elderly brothers, fathers here. May Almighty Allah guide all of them. If anyone has sickness on his body, may Almighty Allah remove the sickness. If any one of us is hungry, may Almighty Allah remove hunger from us. If anybody needs accommodation, may Almighty Allah grant accommodation. We want to build us everyone said, may Almighty Allah build us for us. We want to go to Mecca to witness the goodness of Idris. May Almighty Allah let us be there. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع الدعاء. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك تعلم الناس باليوم لا ريب فيه إنه لا يخلف الميعاد. بديع السماوات والأرض وإذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن. قالت ربي أنا يقول لي ولد ولم يمسسني بشر قال كذلك لا يخلق ما يشاء وإذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن. إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق ويوم يقول له كن فيكون. إنما قولنا للشيء إذا أردنا أن نقول له كن فيكون وما كان لله أن يتخذ سبحانه فإذا قضى أمره فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. هو الذي يحيي ويميت فإذا قضى أمره فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. سبحان الله بدء الميزان وتعالى ما بلغ رضا وزنة العرش الحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر بدء الميزان وتعالى ما بلغ رضا وزنة العرش وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على نبينا